and start thinking about their future, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be someone who works at 60, 70, 80 years old trying to just pay your bills, living paycheck to paycheck. You want to be someone who's at that age traveling. You want to be someone at the age that's sitting on a beach and enjoying life. So good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. Just got to the yard. I have to go make this delivery to Indianapolis. So let's first turn on the truck. All right, let's check these tires. Yep, the seal is still there. But yeah, guys, I gotta go make this delivery today at around 12:30 p.m. by Indianapolis, about 217 miles. Already got the load picked up, so all I gotta do is just start driving there and get this thing delivered. I don't have another load booked, so I do also need to look for another load picking up close to Indianapolis. But that's the plan, man. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. It's gonna be a fun video. We're gonna talk about why Roth IRA is very important and why every truck driver should have it. And if you don't have it, you got to start now, and I'll talk more about it, why it is important. But everything looks good with the trailer, man. So let's get in the truck. Don't want to be late, and Chicago traffic can get bad in the morning. So let's get in the truck, get this thing delivered. Leaving Chicago, man, the traffic wasn't that bad, but let's get right to the point. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is they only focus on the money they're making today and they never think about their retirement. So what I did differently was, a couple years ago when I was 25 years old, I started maxing out my Roth IRA, and I've been doing that every year. And for those who are not aware, but Roth IRA is just basically a retirement account that lets your money grow tax-free. So you're able to contribute like maximum amount. So what I do is just 7,000 or 7,500. You max it out, and it grows. Let's say at 7%. By the time I am 60 years old, I'm gonna have over $1 million in my Roth IRA that I can take out tax free. So think of it this way: I pay taxes now while I'm contributing to the Roth IRA. Then later, by the time I'm 60 years old, that money is growing at 7%, 8% every year. By the time I gained all that interest on it, at the age of 60, when it comes time to withdraw my money, it's all tax-free. I do not have to pay taxes on anything. And that's what I really love about one thing about Roth IRA. It's a great way to build long-term wealth. That's why I tell everyone how important it really is. I do have some regrets. Before I talk about my regrets, I really want to, let's fill up some fuel, and then I'll continue talking. All right, just filled up fuel. The prices for diesel is still pretty high, close to $5 a gallon. I don't know when they're gonna come down, but the total cost for the fill up was $300 for half a tank. So it's not that bad. The rates are coming up as well. But back to what I was saying, guys, the only regret I have with Roth IRA is I did not start early. So I started at the age of 25. I wish I would have done it at 18, because by the age of 59, 60, I would have been almost like close to 30%, 40% higher than I would be now because I started at the age of 25. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, like the earlier you start when it comes to investing for your future, the better off you will be, because that's just the power of compound interest. And the way I look at Roth IRA is, it's like for me the worst case scenario to fall back on. Let's say my trucking business fails, I grow to 20 trucks, 30 trucks, 40 trucks, and something happens with the economy, right? I end up going out of business, I lose all my money. Roth IRA is one thing I can fall back on and still end up having $1 million if I just maximize it every year, which I do plan on doing it, and I have been doing it for the past 4 or 5 years. And this year I already maximized it, and the year is not even halfway done. So that's why I always recommend to other people to start thinking about their future, because I'm in the trucking industry, and majority of the people I see, they're at the age of 60, 65, 75, even 80 years old driving trucks, right? And that's something I don't want to do personally, and that's not something I want to see other people do. And the only reason you see people driving trucks at the age of 65, 70, 80, whatever their age is, right, is because they were not smart when it comes to making their personal financial decisions. So I want to set myself apart from majority of the people in my own industry, where 90% of them are living paycheck to paycheck, and I want to be someone that actually starts thinking about their future now while I am young, and I can get a really, really good head start in life if I just start contributing every year. It's all about starting now that decides your future. And I know a lot of people's like, man, I make $200,000, I'm good, I don't have to worry about my future. You know, I make $300,000. I can sit here and link studies where I can show you people who are making $300,000, $400,000 a year and still living paycheck to paycheck, because that's just lifestyle inflation. Just because you make more money doesn't mean that you get to put more money back in your pocket. There's someone out there that I can guarantee is making $50,000 a year, but his saving rate is close to 80% a year, compared to someone who's making, let's say, $400,000 a year, and his saving rate is probably less than like 5%, because all they're doing is blowing the money. It's called financial literacy. Just because someone is making more money does not mean their future is secure. If they don't know what to do with that money, they're just going out there spending it, then they're in the same position as someone making $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year. So always think about your future, guys, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm thinking now. And also, you can still enjoy your life. It's not like I'm telling people, or I'm telling myself, right, that I have to start investing all of the money I make after bills. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying after you pay your bills, whatever your bills are, try to invest at least 50, 60, 70% of it, and then out of the 30%, you can go out there and enjoy. You can go take a little vacation once a year, twice a year, go out there, have nice dinners. You can still do all of that, but your main focus should be securing your future, because you never know. You could have one health problem and now you're not working. You could have a family issue where you got to take a couple months off, you're not working. So always think about the future, guys. But yeah, let's keep driving, slowly start making our way to the receiver. I'm about 115 miles away, so yeah, let's keep driving. Also, when most people hear that I'm gonna retire a millionaire, they automatically think that you need to have this high paying jobs, you need to have so much income coming in, but that's just not the reality. If you just maximize your Roth IRA, and you don't even have to maximize it, you can just contribute whatever you can and let the compound interest do the rest of it, you will pretty much end up becoming a millionaire. So for my example, I started at the age of 25, like you guys already know. If I just keep maxing it out every year, there's no reason why I should not have $1 million at the age of 60, all tax free. It's just how easy it is. You don't need to have high income. You don't need to be coming from rich families. You don't need none of that. The compound interest does all the work for you. And from, in my example, I only contributed around $230,000. Rest of the $750,000 is all compound interest, and it's all tax free. That's what's the good part about it. And one thing you have to realize is, especially truck drivers, is they make really good money, but most of them, I'll say about 80% of them, do not invest their money. They're always buying bigger trucks, expensive pickups, cars, toys, right? Whatever, right? They're just always inflating their lifestyle. Then 20 years later, they're still driving the truck. 30 years later, 40 years later, they're still driving the truck. And I just don't see why they are doing that when they can easily become very wealthy just investing very little. So I just never understood that part. And also, it's not financial advice. If someone is trying to take my advice as financial advice, you shouldn't. I'm just sharing what I do, and always do your own research. Also, guys, I do have my own trucking success academy where you can come join if you want to start your own trucking company, you want to get your own authority, learn how to book your loads, dispatch yourself, all that stuff. I'll leave it in the link in the description. But I'm about 6.3 miles away from the receiver. Let's get there and get this thing delivered.
Been here before?
I have, yes.
What's that?
I have.
Okay, so you know where you're going?
Yeah, up there, right?
Yep.
All right, thank you. All right, guys, let's go into the receiving office and give them the paperwork.
Honda,
Yes.
truck number,
14
trailer,
936.
you have a seal?
Yes.
It's on here, isn't it?
It should be on there, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, you'll go to door 124 and break the seal. When they're done, they'll put a copy of this on the back and you can go on.
Okay, 124?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, got door number 124 to back into. I've been here before, so they shouldn't take that long to get me unloaded, but let's see. They do seem a little busy today compared to the last time I came here, but let's see where door 124 is. Where is door number 124? Oh, it's actually right here. Right here next to this UPS. Easy peasy back. Lots of space, so let's back in. Got myself set up pretty nice here. You know what? Probably gonna pull up a little bit more so I don't have to jackknife that much. That should be good. Whenever you're backing in, just always make sure you're double checking your surroundings. You don't want to end up either hitting someone walking by or another trailer or truck. So always take your time, keep looking. And with practice, if you're someone who's not good at backing, with practice you do get better, so it's not something you should stress about. All right, let me go open the doors. All right, back then, she said whenever I do get the green light after they're done unloading me, the paperwork is gonna be in the back. So right now the light is green. I'm gonna wait for it to turn red, and then when it becomes green again, that means they're already unloaded me, and the paperwork is gonna be in the back. I'll just grab it and exit their facility that way. It's pretty simple process. Also, one more thing I forgot to say is if you're someone who's looking to get in this industry, like the trucking industry, or if you're already in this trucking industry and looking to start your own company, basically just do what I do. I do teach on the side. So I do have a link in the description. You guys can go to school.com/Rohit Handa and you can sign up for it. So you can learn how to start your own company step by step. You can also talk directly with me. You can network with people. So if that's something you're interested in, you can join. But to sum it all up, hopefully you guys found this information to be very helpful, very educational, and maybe I opened someone's eyes where they are going to start thinking about their future. Because I remember a couple of years ago when I was learning about Roth IRA, money management, budgeting, index funds, investing, just everything money related, right? I learned it all from YouTube. I learned it all from reading books. I did not go to college for this stuff. And I did not have a family that was teaching me this stuff. My dad was working ordinary jobs, and I'm over here, started as a company truck driver, now got my own truck. So I'm slowly building my nest egg while also sharing my experiences with people on the internet through my YouTube channel. That's why I make these videos, is hopefully someone who is in the same position I was in a couple years ago can maybe watch my videos, find them very educational, find them very helpful, and then maybe I can lead them onto a right path where like a couple years down the road, like let's say 20, 30, 40 years down the road, they end up being in a better position financially compared to someone who doesn't have the knowledge of what to do. I'm not saying the people who don't have the knowledge are wrong. They just never came across these type of videos. They never came across other people who are sharing this type of knowledge. And I'm not going to blame them, but what I can do is I can share it, and then maybe other people can start learning, start understanding, and start thinking about their future. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be someone who works at 60, 70, 80 years old trying to just pay your bills, living paycheck to paycheck. You want to be someone who's at that age traveling. You want to be someone at the age that's sitting on a beach and enjoying life. So start planning now, and in a couple years, you're going to thank yourself. That's the truth, and that's the reality. There is no get rich quick in this life. People who sell you get rich quick schemes are those people who are getting rich themselves. The reality is you got to go out there, you got to work hard. I got my own trucking company, sitting here working, and slowly start investing and building my nest egg. And that's what I'm doing. Hopefully, again, you guys like watching this video. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I'm going to sit here, wait for them to unload me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.